Okay, now we're going to set the valve lash. Valve lash is generally set at 0, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, the way that you do it is pretty simple. You spin the engine over till you get to the compression stroke. The way to know you're getting there is first the exhaust will open, which is this side, and then the intake opens, and when the intake closes, that's compression. So that's when you want to adjust your valve lash. So you just crank her over, like the intake is opening right now as we speak, and it is closing, and you watch the lifter and you can see it go all the way down. Alright, you stop right there. Yeah, that's your compression stroke. So the way that you adjust your valve is pretty simple, because you can do both of them now. Back off your adjustment nut, and then take your wrench, spin your push rod, and start tightening down the rocker. And as soon as you feel resistance, you stop. And I can't get resistance because I can't get a hold of it. Alright, there we go. So I'm spinning it, and at the same time I'm turning it. I'm starting to feel resistance, so I stop right there. Yeah, about right there. Okay, and then the trick is, from that point, you probably want to leave everything on, don't mess with anything, is to go a quarter of a turn past. So I'm going to go to there, and then I'm going to crank down my lock nut while I hold it. Snug her up, and she's good to go. And then same with the other side. I can actually leave this right here. You want to do the same on this side. This one's loose. Okay. Spin, spin, spin. A little bit of resistance, not too much. There she is. She's getting a little resistance. There it stops completely. So you want to back up a little bit more. Well, it stopped because I had right there. And once again, there's a little wobble in that too. Yeah, see, she feels good there. And wrench on, quarter turn, lock your nut. You are going to want to go back and check these once your motor's running. It's way easier to do this when the motor's running, because you just run the engine and tighten until she stops making noise. But for your warm-up, this is what you want to do. And that one's set. And basically, I'll crank it around again until I get to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so on. And then do them one at a time. Crank, crank, crank. Don't lose your place. And that's how you set your valve lash. Pretty simple. Nothing to it. So that's that portion. So I will not bore you with me doing all the rest of them, but that kind of shows you how to do the very first one. You guys can figure out from there how to do the rest of them.